Okay, this one's kind of confusing just because it has so many translations that were just put in at once, but basically it's like an extension of the first one I did for exponential functions, which was y equals 3 to the x power, and here's a graph of that first one that I did. This is y equals 3 to the x power, and we're just taking that and translating it and putting a bunch of different things into it, into the equation or to the function to make it do different things. So here you can see y equals 3 to the x power, except we added a positive 2, a positive 4, and a negative 1. So what all of those mean is the positive 2 means it's going to stretch vertically. Wait, I don't think that makes sense. It's going to stretch by a factor of 2, which means it's going to basically get pulled up and kind of like push the line to the left a little bit, if that makes any sense. Our plus 4 right here means that it's going to be translated to the left 4 units, and the negative 1, which is our k, means it's going to be translated down 1. So if you look here, since this is the graph of the parent function, y equals 3 to the x, this is the parent function of this function. I think that makes sense. So this is the parent function. I know I keep saying that and it's annoying. And this is what the function is going to look like after we put all the translations into it. So we're going to start with going down 1, which means that we're going to take all the points, any points you want, and just bring them down 1. And then we're going to go to the left 4. So let's take this point, for example. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And it should be somewhere around 4 points to the left. And then the stretch is going to kind of shift all the points a little bit, but not too much, so that it's going to be a little bit, like, imagine it's being, like, pulled from the top, so the line is going to move in a little bit. So, yeah, all the points are going to change a little bit, and that's how that's going to be. So the asymptote for this is, for our new graph, y equals 2 times 3 to the x plus 4th power minus 1. The asymptote is right here. I shouldn't have cut the graph off, but the asymptote is right about here. And that is negative 2 about. So we're going to write that as y equals negative 2. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Our asymptote is y equals negative 2. And our y-intercept, it exists, but not until it gets all the way up there to like 30 or something, so I'm not going to write that because I guess I cut it off. But it will eventually cross the y-intercept at some point.